This is the year, lads. I feel like I can say with full chest, we are having a good Sonic and good Zombies game coming. With the Zombies, I know not everyone is happy with it. To me, if it looks like Cold War, it'll be good, but get stale. But we shall see what we shall see, won't we? And while I'm not going to be adding much to anything, I just want to sit here and chat some shit. If you're someone who cares about watching my videos, by the way, I'd watch to the end for some stuff. We all know what the fuck has been going on. I was made fully erect by Sega and Sonic Team a couple times in the last week. Was going to make a video, then something else came up, then something else came up, then a new one, and it's just like, and then we saw more Black Dick, and I realized I'm gonna end up just giving it some time, but I think these fuckers are done giving us stuff for a bit now. Cool. Okay, now onto the screaming. Oh my god! Oh my fucking god! Ah! He looks so fucking sexy! Lads, the music, the fucking music! I never even liked the BioLizard theme that much, but now I'm fucking wet for it! Adding guitar to it, whoever done that, probably the usual suspects. Get that geezer, or woman, another geezer, or woman, to gift upon the sloppiest, eternal blowjob that humanity could ever bestow onto our disgusting race. Generations already had banger remixes, and we already heard a tiny bit of this new version of Supporting Me from earlier gameplay, so fire was to be expected, but not to this extent. And that's just something barely worth praising, because like what, I know you man aren't that mentally penetrated. You're watching me as you should.
Oh my god, the Sonic song is absolute fire.
No fucking shit, mate! It's the animation that has definitely won the hearts of many. I really can't tell what animations are going to be in-game and ones that won't, but my god, they must have taken Frontiers critiques to heart. One thing that ruined Frontiers for a lot of people were the animations, especially the reveal gameplay. It was kind of pathetic at first, but also valid. And the models weren't doing the devs any favors, because they were so squished and tiny, you couldn't make cool poses or animations unless you stretch out the limbs, which is what I feel like we're getting more of here. Also, taking the best parts of Frontiers animation and putting that shit everywhere. You can happily kick my balls so long as you look at me in the eyes, you sexy minx. Also, this might sound weird, using the pupils for facial expressions more. We ain't had that shit since Sonic Riders, and I'm so glad to see it again for Shadow. This shot right here, I feel like Shadow in his base form is just a pure sex god. It's like he's just naturally so much better than Super Sonic 2. And that was probably the coolest Sonic has ever been in years, except Shadow's just in his base form. So to one-up that so quickly, that's impressive. Also, lads, say it with me. There is no sign of Green Hill anywhere. I have to assume Shadow Generations will have either the equal amount or even more content than Sonic Generations. So if that's true, we will finally have a full, brand new Sonic game without lazy dog shit for the first time in 13 years. That is mental to me. I don't ever want to see Green Hill again. Usually I would feel videos like this are pointless, actually giving out my thoughts. Same with like other creators, you know, like if I see a video being like what they should put in the game after trailers are revealed, the game's already coming out, it's just like, why the fuck would you say that, lads? It's pointless now. But you know what, Sega Sonic Team have proved themselves. Honestly, they are gonna listen, so it's fully worth to voice an opinion now, and that's why being a Sonic fan feels so great. Even if you think other knobheads have takes that are more shit than what feels like Iblis coming at your arsehole. Now, the actual Doom powers speak for themselves. Doom Spears are just upgraded Chaos Spears. Doom Blast, I immediately thought it would be a variant of Chaos Blast, but surprisingly no. It's a kick that launches enemies, which is cool on its own, but from what I can tell, you'll be able to use enemies to access different routes. If that ain't creative, then I don't know what is. Maybe saying Sonic had a rough transition to 3D or some bullshit like that. I feel like I should go shit while finishing this video, because I kind of need to do one now, but also I have some good long thinks while I'm on the shitter. The Doom Morph and the Surf feel incredibly gimmicky and pointless to have. Now, the Doom Surf looks like you could have some fun to it in certain moments, but having Shadow fully transform into a squid for certain terrain, I don't know about that one. It just kind of reminds me of Shadows of Evil, you know, when Treyarch became obsessed with like squids and hentai and tentacle shit. Like the wonder weapon in Shadows of Evil was an alien squid one that you anally fist. So if we see some shit like that again, I'm kind of scared. With the Surf, it seems more like a substitute for the hovercraft from 06. That's why it'll be in Kingdom Valley. But shit like going through the purple shit on Chaos Island as a squid, I don't know who came up with that one. It looks cool, I guess, but also what the fuck is this doing here? Okay, I'm interested, let's say that. This does feel a bit lazy, but I'll let it go because clearly the level design is going to be different, and I'm just curious to see what else are they bringing back from Frontiers. The wings look gorgeous, Shadow Rising go back from their dead because motherfucker, my goat is back, and this transition is worthy of beating to. Who knows if there will be any more? Seriously, I doubt it. I hope this won't be a substitute for Super Shadow either. I want to see Super Shadow, especially with the incredible boss fight animations. The Biolizard already has some lethal moments, but Metal fucking Overlord has me wet, and they don't even do that much. It all just looks so clean and polished, something Frontier's boss fights never had, and I really just can't wait to play it anymore. And we're not too far away from the game either, so which feels mental. Now, I'm at the point of what else could be in the game. People are claiming Sunset Heights from Forces, which the color scheme of it does make sense here, but I can't really tell. Sunset Heights is definitely the stage to represent Forces though, but I only want to see it because we could potentially see a world of what Sonic Forces could have been like if it was good. Anyway, my predictions for other shit. No way we don't see Mephiles somewhere. They ain't afraid of bringing back 06, so bring back the greatest villain we have ever had, please. He is Shadow. He is the Carnage of the Sonic series. Let us fight Mephiles again. Then there's Infinite. I really want to see if we get the full potential of what Infinite could have been. I feel like he's a great character to bring back as a rival fight. Him and Mephiles are actual Shadow rivals, I feel like. Metal Overlord isn't, but I love seeing him because a smackdown between Shadow and Metal, two Sonic imposters, that's such a good idea. So seeing it just makes me way too happy. I reckon Devil Doom will return as the final boss, so I somewhat feel confident we will be seeing Super Shadow. But I'm talking about this like we know all the content we are getting, but no, there's a secret second playable character in this, probably Emerald. The story, the prequel, the other remixes and the songs, fucking Minecraft movie, you're taking the piss. Shadow Generations will be a success whether you like it or not. History will repeat. Now, could you just imagine if they never changed this ugly cunt? If you was one of the redneck cousin fuckers that just gave up on Sonic 3 because we waited so long for the trailer, okay, yeah, so what? Other movies that were going to be out in December had trailers out already. Did any of their trailers end up on training? Could not fucking tell you, to be honest. But I give Paramount my full trust, respect, because they have not fucked up since whatever crack they were smoking back then. Okay, yeah, there was the Knuckles series, but we move on from that. It's weird having so much faith. I forget we ever started with AIDS. I think for the most of us, we were just worried about how Shadow was going to look in live action. Like, this scene had me gassed, but also worried because he looks more like Sonic Boom's Shadow, and that fucker definitely touched kids. Well, they must have saw that too, because now I want to fuck him. He looks so good. Everything looks so good. Finally, seeing Shadow skate on water just seems like something he'd be able to do naturally. I feel like that could be an interesting gameplay mechanic for him in the future. I like how we almost all know how this movie is going to go, and yet we still have no clue. Because the only thing that's certain now is Maria is going to die. And I can see it. It'll either be people cheering or crying when it happens. And I'm not going to speculate anything yet. All I'm going to say is Shadow looks perfect. Same as Tails and Knuckles. And the only reason I won't say Sonic is always going to be because he's the only one who will always look the most different from his game counterpart. But at this point, the movie version will never look good without blue arms. I'm sorry, unless they made him skinny. But fuck it. This Sonic has been fine for long enough. He's his own version and I love him. Keanu Reeves as Shadow. I found out about it and I didn't know what to think. The only movie with Keanu Reeves in it that I've seen was the third SpongeBob movie where he played a fucking tumbleweed.
Who are you?
I'm Shadow the Hedgehog, the one and only ultimate life form.
So the news of Shadow being played by a breathtaking tumbleweed that could not stop doing the T-pose. I need to hear it to believe I heard him. That is enough for me. One sentence. He is easily the second best voice actor for Shadow. First is Jason. Third is the prime actor. I'm just so glad they made Shadow look exactly as he should. His quills, they're just perfect. I was worried his fur and looking soft would kind of ruin the coolness and the edge of him. But nah, Shadow is Shadow in every frame of the film. He's genuinely kind of scary, I want to say. Got Tails getting his shit kicked in. That's bless. The chaos snapping, taking out gun troops. Love it. Sonic and Shadow charging into each other. I knew that shot would end the trailer. Just didn't expect it in the way that they did it. I would have thought they would have been running on the ground towards each other, but no. Having them fly into each other from like the top and the bottom just looks so much more sick anyway. But this movie is going to smash everything else this year. Deadpool 3 was a massive success. Hopefully Venom 3 can be the same as well, because it's like the year of the threes as well for movies. So I hope Venom 3 can also be a success, but Sonic 3, I feel like it already is one. So many people who I know that don't give a shit about Sonic think this movie looks sick. The Sonic Cinematic Universe could fully take over Marvel if they do it right. Now we know they're capable of fucking up, because there's a Knuckles show, and of course, this piece of shit, but the actual movies have been nothing more than dreams come true. And I think that is going to be my final thoughts on the trailers and all that shit. If anything else comes out, I will not talk about it until the actual products are out. Next time I'm talking about Shadow Generations will most likely be when that game is out. And I plan to do a full series review on my final one I did for Frontiers. But I need to say this first. Recently I started an apprenticeship with a company that I really wanted to, and I'm really happy with. And it's basically something I wanted to do more than anything. And I'm going to become busy as fuck with that. It means videos from me will become a whole new level of inconsistent, to the point where I'm borderline like quitting, but not actually. If I was to go months without a video, don't be surprised, even though that's basically what I do now. But I've got my priorities and shit. The one thing I can promise to be consistent with is streaming. Now, I stream on Twitch every Tuesday, about 1 to 2 hours at 8 PM UK time. I try and be consistent with that as much as I can. I always stream random games on there, though, and I plan to try and do YouTube stream every so often. Like, if I feel like if it's been too long without a video, I'll probably do a stream. Also, definitely gonna be streaming Shadow Generations and Black Ops 6 Zombies, specifically on YouTube. So if you want to keep seeing me, follow me on Twitch if you want. If you don't care that much, that's fine. YouTube was never going to be my #1 priority. I always did this as a hobby and a laugh. But I love you all, and the support always means everything. But that is going to be it for now, lads. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe. Hentai is fucking weird. And cheers, lads! And until the next time, you have a good one.